Hello and welcome to Advanced Twitch Overlays Made Simple. Yeah, bit of a mouthful that one. I just thought I'd do a short video today. Hopefully it's not going to be too long. This is going to be how to set up your own overlay server on your own PC. So basically when you select your browser source in OBS or whatever application you're using to stream with, when you select your browser source, you point it at a file on your machine rather than a file on a remote web server. The reason for doing this is once you have your own overlay server effectively set up, you can do so much more with it. You can do anything you want with it. You want a subscription to flash your lights in your house, you now have the ability to do that. You want you've got a scrolling LED back sign, you've seen them, you can buy them. You could put your donations up on there. But first you need to hook into the information. You need to get the information. So what is this video? Who is this video for, should I say? Well, advanced overlays. The advanced part is because I'm going to have to assume you know what an overlay is, you know how an overlay roughly works. It's just an HTML web page, that's all overlays are. You've probably done a bit of overlay work yourself. You know a little bit of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, possibly. And that's sort of where the advanced part comes in. The made simple part is the fact that it's very simple to do. If you know all of that, if you can already write an overlay and twiddle with your overlay on this web servers, you can do this. It's straightforward. Finding the information of how to do it is the hard bit. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you the information of how to set up your own overlay on your own machine. It's not going to be a video about how to create an overlay. I'm not going to show you how to do all these fancy graphics and all that. That will be coming in later videos. This video is the basics, how to get the information on screen on your PC without using a remote overlay server. We will be using a remote overlay API, which we have to use to get the information in. We need to know when someone's followed or subscribed. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to need, let's have a look, is a file. So this is our HTML file. And this is 84 lines long, including the closing space. So it's a very short file. This is our total overlay we're going to be writing and using today. Don't need anything more than this to hook into the API. This is the cut down minimum we can get away with. It has one alert handling for a follow, and it has one bit of data it's putting on the screen, which is subscriber count. And I chose that because of the fact we have two types of data that we want to show. Well, three if you consider the static overlay itself, but in terms of your stream data, you have alerts, which are things that happen, you want to react to, and you have data, which are things that are just there, like total follower count. So let's jump straight in, shall we? So the way this is going to work is we are going to hook into the streamlabs.com API. Now why don't we hook into the twitch.com API? Well, the twitch.com API isn't that great, or it wasn't last time I looked at it. The last time I looked at it, you could get, I think it was a raid and a follow or subscription alert, and that was it. You couldn't get anything else out of it. You could get no host information, no subscriber data. So I don't know whether that's still the case, but it was very limited in what it was useful for. Stream Elements, I know people who've tried that, but apparently they've had issues that it's difficult. The Streamlabs API seems to be by far the most mature API to hook into for your Twitch, YouTube, Mixer. This works on various platforms. It's not just a Twitch overlay, it's Streamlabs do other overlays as well, so anything that Streamlabs do you can get through this overlay. So that's what we're going to hook into. The way we're going to do that is we're going to hook into their API using a stream token, a socket token. Now to get a socket token, you can do two things. You can do it the simple way, which is what I've done here, or not still simple but a little bit more effort. When we come to the token, I'm just simply reusing the Streamlabs chatbot token. that I have. I run Streamlabs chatbot program for my chatbot. In order, when you set that up initially, that will automatically create a login and a token and everything for you. So if you use Streamlabs chatbot, it's a cut and paste to get your token. If you don't, you just got to do a few extra clicks to create a token. But we'll come to that anyway. I'm moving along quite quick here because I know you can stop and rewind and look at this again. I want to keep the video as short as possible. So we have a HTML file. So what do we need? We need a header with this line in here to go and grab the code we need to handle sockets. Don't worry about it, just use it. We just need a socket handling code. This is the one that currently works with Streamlabs. We then have two items on screen. We have a new follower with a div named follow and a subcount with a div named subcount. This is where we're going to write the data that was coming back. So in HTML we need to be able to write to screen. In order to give it formatting, we don't want to write the whole screen every time something changes, so all we want to change is what comes after that. So we will write it into the follow. You should know that. If not, it's easy enough to find out when you start looking into HTML, if you don't know HTML yet, but that's part of the advanced bit, so you should know it already. We currently have this demotoken.js file here. You don't need this. The only reason I have this is to hide my stream token. I don't want my socket token published on here because it's like publishing the password. So I've put it into a file, and in that file I simply have this line. It says const socket token equals that, and all it does is sets that variable to my socket token. The socket token you get from your streamlabs.com site by going to your settings page, clicking on API tokens. You'll have your socket token there. Click on copy and paste into that, paste over in place of these hash marks. If you don't run Streamlabs chatbot, when you go to that page you won't have an API token there. What you will need to do is click on the create app button and create a new app. There's websites and tutorials of how to do that. Just Google it, and that will eventually get you then to a page where you'll have this socket token, and you just cut and paste it in. You need that because you need to know what alerts you want to request. You only want alerts requested for your Twitch or YouTube or whatever page streaming service you're on. You only want yours. You don't want other people's alerts coming through. So that's the unique bit that identifies your stream on this to get your data for that stream. So then we just go and call this function. We get the Streamlabs object in this case from Streamlabs, and it's just a WebSocket basically. We then have a couple of functions. All these functions do, we've got a follow command and a total subscriber count command. It takes some data and it writes it to the screen and logs it. No, it doesn't even log it. It just writes it into these two. So all these functions are doing, we'll come on to this in a later video. I'll be replacing these with actual alerts and pop-ups and animations in a later video. But all that function and that function's doing is setting the data up here. So we don't really need to worry about them for this video. This is the interesting bit. So this bit here is the bit that does the actual handling and the receiving of the data and the alerts and the handling of them. And this file I will make available at the end. Save it. I mean, you can copy it out from this. It's not that big, but I'll make it available as well. So what we have this object we created up here, and we just say this is a WebSocket. When this thing has an event, register to call us. So it calls this bit of code when an event happens. The first event we have is a donation event from Streamlabs. So we say when the event is for Streamlabs and the type is of a donation, we know there's been somebody donated through Streamlabs. This is the thing that doesn't get handled by Twitch or YouTube or anything like that. It's a Streamlabs donation. I don't know. I don't stream on YouTube, so I don't know whether YouTube has donations. I think it does in the you have like a super chat or something like that. But this is for Streamlabs donation, or it's an event that's for a Twitch account. And this is the bit that if you're doing YouTube, it would say YouTube account. So this can receive YouTube events or Twitch events, or I believe Mixer events, or different streaming events. Anything that Streamlabs can do, this can receive. So this just says, right, as long as we've got the event type we want, let's go down and do something with it. So here we say, right, what type of event it is? Oh, it's a follow. Right, we're going to call the follow function above, and we're going to call it with the data that's been given us. And I'll show you the data in a minute. We'll do a run through this in a minute. I'll show you what the data actually comes through. And so in here you'd have multiple of these cases. You just cut and paste that, and you'd have case follow, case subscribe, case raid, host, anything event driven that can happen. You just put a case statement in, and you call whatever you want your code to do. Simple as that. The next one is this one here, and this is one that's a bit different. This is the data side of it. This is static data. When this Streamlabs underlying message gets called, this will have a whole load of data in it. There's two types. There's a stream labels and a stream labels underlying. In this case we're using the underlying. I'm not sure what the difference is. It's just to be happens this one's underlying. And this will contain subscribers for the last week, month, year, whatever. No, that's subscribers are just weekly, I think. But donations you can do, like top donator of the week. The top 5 donators of the week will be in there. The top donations of the year. We'll see this in a minute. There's a lot of information that comes through that. In this case, we're just pulling out our total subscriber count, and we're calling that function above to write it to screen, and that's it. A couple of catch-alls here. We haven't matched anything in there. Or if they send an error message, like a connection error message, we output that to the console as well. Console.log, just write it to screen. You'll see that in a minute as well. That's basically it. That, in a nutshell, is the smallest, simplest, fully fledged overlay server you can have. You've got your data alerts. You've got your alerts. Sorry, you've got your data. You have some error handling, and you have stuff being put on screen. So let's see it in action. So we'll take that. Let's get a web page open. So this is the page open. As you can see here, this is the exact same file. We've just opened it in Chrome, and I've right-clicked and inspected it. So we've got the console window here. So all of these console.log messages will come out here. So if we refresh this, we don't see anything because nothing's happened yet. But what it has actually done behind the scenes, without you noticing it, it's gone through and it's done this. And it's connected us up there. And then it's gone and done this. And it said, right, I want you to register for these events. So it's registered for events, and it's also done this, and it's registered for errors. So it's now sat here waiting for errors and events to happen. And when they happen, it will call this code. So let's force one to happen. Luckily, with Streamlabs, they give you this. If you go to your Streamlabs page, go to your alerts, alert box page, you can go and send alerts to test them out. So all we're going to do here is I'm going to do a follow. And we should see the data in here come up from this follow event, which should print it out on screen. So if I do a test follow, there we go. That says alert sent. So Streamlabs has done a alert. What happened? Let's have a look. So first thing you can see is it's put the name of the follower up here. It's also updated subcount. Now I'll come into subcount a little bit, and the way that works, it's slightly different to the rest. But first of all, what happened with this? Well, we can see here we've got this follow, and what we do is we say take the event data. When this gets called, it will always pass this event data object. In the case of a follow, The event data contains a message array. The first element of that message array is the name of the person who's followed. And we can see here, this is the data, because we console log the data there. So this is the console log of that. And you can see the type is follow. So this event data type here is follow. We've then got one array for the Twitch account and an event ID. Well, if we expand this up, we can see we want to go to event data message 0. Event data message 0 is this thing, and we want to take the name, and the name is Press Gamer. That's my Twitch name. So then all we've done is we've said, right, take that name. We want to put that into our follow command. So if we go to our follow command, we've just taken event.name and written it to the HTML, and it's put it on screen. That's it, simple as that. Now there's a byproduct of this, because something's changed on the data end. We've got a new follower. Our follower count's gone up. It's forced or caused Twitch or Streamlabs to send out an extra bit, which is this next thing, this stream labels underlying, which is this thing. And the reason it sent that out is because this underlying data's changed. Now this is a big one. This has a message in it, and the message has data in it, and the data is massive. It has all of these things in there. Now in this case we are taking simply the total subscriber count, but there's, as you can see, there's a lot of different fields in here you can do. You've got all-time top cheerer, all-time top cheerers, so that will give you the 10 highest top cheerers you've had of all time. It will record them, so it will give you, it will tell you who's number one with the amount they've donated, number 2, number 3, and all that. Monthly top cheers, you can display any of these on screen you want, so this gives you a real wealth of information which you can put on screen. So what we do is we take this total subscriber count, which is here, and total subscriber count 13, put that on screen, we end up with 13 on the screen, and that's it. So hopefully that's been useful to you guys. Hope you followed that. I shall put these files, or this file, there's only one, there's not much to it, onto my Discord, which I'll link below. So I hope you found that interesting. I hope it helps. I plan on doing at least 1 or 2 more videos where I will go and start putting some extra stuff in here, like showing you how to do an animation, and sort of do an animated alert. So when a follow happens, a box animates on screen with the user's name in it, a bit of music or an alert sound, that kind of stuff. How to quickly do that. Hopefully that's enough to get you guys going. I'm no artist, so I tend to do a lot of copy and pasting from the internet, find free sources for CSS animations, sounds, that kind of stuff. If you'd like to see that, subscribe and hit the bell icon below. I won't be doing many videos, so you're not going to get spammed with them if you follow and or subscribe and hit the bell icon. It will give me an idea as to how many people are interested in these, because if after the 2nd or 3rd video there's nobody commenting or following or subscribing or whatever it is you do on YouTube, I won't be making any more. So if you'd like to see what may come up in future, let me know by subscribing. For now I shall leave you with that and wish you all a very good day.